This is our house, which we are renovating to make our home. My name is Orion, this is Jess and Benji,
And Lilia is now 5 months old.
Since birth, we have ripped this house apart, rewired it, did some plumbing, and moved in the space of approximately a month. So if you're interested in learning how to do things around the house, DIY, renovation, all the above, then make sure you hit subscribe to follow along every single Wednesday and Sunday to see us turn this house into a home. Now, as you know, throughout the series of renovating this lovely house, I have been trying my absolute hardest to stay on top of the tidiness and the general messiness of my house by creating new shelves, like creating new storage areas. I've been recently converting a cupboard into like an additional desk space for me to store things and move my desk and stuff. But I don't seem to be getting very far. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and oh boy, Exhibit C. I could go on, there is boxes still everywhere. But hopefully today we can fix that problem, as technically speaking, I think it is still spring. So join me on this rather normal vlog as we do a bit of spring cleaning. I know, exciting times. It's something that needs to be done, and I can't really continue doing anything else with this house until it is sorted, and it is driving me up the wall. However, before we crack on, today's video is sponsored by the one and only HelloFresh, which is very conveniently just arrived at my door. You honestly could not make that timing up. I have been working with HelloFresh now for over 2 years, I think, and it's crazy to believe that the first meal we ever had on this dining table was with HelloFresh. And the reason I point that out is because at the end of this vlog, this table will no longer be here and my desk will be. So it feels very fitting to have the final meal at this dining table with HelloFresh, which I have to admit, the presentation of the boxes, the new boxes, is amazing. I'm absolutely loving the green box. Look, it had a pull tab so I could just open it really easily, and it's all presented beautifully with my 3 meals of the day. So we have got honey, mustard, sausage and mash. I mean, it can't go wrong with sausage and mash. I know it's simple and it might be boring to most, but it's one of my favorite meals, so you can't go wrong. However, I have spiced it up with a teriyaki sesame chicken, as well as some herby breaded chicken breast, which I am very excited to dig into. One of the things I absolutely love about HelloFresh is that even I can cook this stuff by following simple instructions. That being said, I'm a little bit of a potato when it comes to cooking food, and even though I can most definitely follow instruction, I think I'll leave the chef work to Jess. For some reason, when she cooks it, it just tastes better. Anyway, inside our box, we've got all of the goodies for cooking up the meals later today. And obviously, it goes without saying, the food is fresh. And one of the things that probably Jess appreciates more than I do, because she does the shop a lot, is that you don't have to go anywhere to get it. It just comes to your door. I didn't even see a delivery driver, it just appeared. As if magic. And not only do they have my favourite meal, and yes, I also like spaghetti bolognese. It's one of my favourite meals. You can stop bullying me. I swear, the amount of family members and friends that give me hassle about the fact that I like spaghetti. Who else likes spaghetti bolognese? Like, come on, I mean, leave me alone. Anyways, I digress. There are lots of meals to choose from on HelloFresh, and they change on a weekly basis. So if you find something you like chances are it'll probably pop up again. But it also gives you a chance to mix up and spice up your life a little bit, try something new. I mean, I've never actually had speedy teriyaki sesame chicken before. It sounds lovely, and if it wasn't for HelloFresh, I probably would never have tried this. So if you want to get yours, then make sure you scan the QR code you can see on the screen now. Use code Orion50 at checkout for 50% off and 20% off your next month, and free desserts for life. Jess, I can hear Jess crying with joy about free desserts. She is very excited to try that. But if you can't use the QR code you can see on screen right now, then there will be a link in the description as well as in a pinned comment, so you can get your link and get your discount. But anyways, I've got a lot of stuff to do. Thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this video. I'm very much looking forward to eating this later. All right, with the table cleared and the food away in the fridge, we'll save Dismantling's table till later, obviously, so we can eat at it for one last time. And I think we'll start with sorting this room out, because I may very well move that. The only things that remain to do with the cupboard in the lounge is just to put some like cleats in there and paint it and do some final like decor, which I can always do once my desk is in place. But I am thinking of like slimming my desks down a bit and removing things like my PC that is currently attached to the desk, as well as all of my like streaming equipment, essentially, because I don't really stream anymore. And if I do stream in the future, I can still do that off the Mac, or probably more likely to do like real life streaming. So yeah, if we clear this out, it'll give me a room to store boxes and organize things before Lily inevitably moves in here. That could be a while, however, because she's very comfortable in our bed. But before I bog myself down organizing that, because it will be absolute chaos, I am going to tackle Benjamin's side of the room. Because spring cleaning isn't really just about tidying the house, because for the most part we do try and keep the house like on top of the house and keeping it tidy. But Benjamin is accumulating a lot of things as he gets older, obviously, and grows out of things like clothes, or doesn't play with the same toys that he used to. And spring cleaning, I think, is all about clearing out and removing just things that you keep for no reason whatsoever. So I'm going to tackle this room. I feel like Benjamin has done an okay job at tidying his room, but we could definitely make it look much better. And clear out a lot of stuff that he just doesn't need, like lanyards from like the housing show we went to. Really don't need to keep things like this. I'm also joined by Jess, because I have the tendency to just chuck everything. I am like the opposite of a hoarder. I have no sentimental value towards any material object, so I just will get rid of things, and it can either go charity or in the bin. So at least with Jess here, it gives me a bit of bias. That being said, we have filled an entire bin bag of clothes that he just doesn't fit in anymore. He needs to go to charity. But we've been joined by little Lilia, and she's got that big now. She can sit on her own quite happily. She is getting really, really close to being able to crawl. She can kind of spin in circles, and she can roll over and stuff. But she's this close to being able to crawl before... yeah, she's going to start causing us a menace. Oh, I've just discovered Benjamin's secret stash of shiny cards. Any rare ones here, guys? Anything worth money? At least I know that one. Look at these. I remember when I was a kid, collecting Pokemon cards was like the best thing ever. Whereas Benjamin doesn't seem to really care. He only has a very small collection. But maybe as he gets older, he'll like these. He hasn't played the games yet. He's not quite there. I feel like when he can properly read, that's when he'll really start enjoying games. But we'll hold on to these. We have come to the decision that we are not going to buy him any more Lego. He has so much Lego, it's unreal. Are there any parents out there who have a good idea of like just buying manuals? So he's got loads of blocks that he could just use these instead, because I feel like buying stuff like this would be a better gift for him. Then he can use his Lego that he's got rather than continuously adding to the pile. Because that is ridiculous. Either way, several bin bags later and a lot of organising, this is looking loads better. It is extremely hot in this room, but it's nice that there's floor space again. He's got somewhere for his bean bag. The table has come out because he may very well eat at that table. As we're obviously going to remove my dinner table, we're going to repurpose his table, so he's still got a table to sit at for the time being. So that's in the other room, but his bean bag can go there now. I've put his books there and his like board games and stuff like that. Much better. We quite literally filled 3 bin bags worth of stuff out of this area. A lot of it was just rubbish and just like wrappers and things, like, you know, like when you get a box of a toy that comes in a plastic container, like stuff like that, or old bits of cardboard. But a majority of it will go to charity. The really annoying thing is that every Christmas when you get loads of toys, you try and recycle or give the old toys away. It's really difficult to get rid of old toys. If anyone has any suggestions of where you take old toys to, I'd happily take them, because I've tried taking them to nurseries, to like schools, like places like that, even to charity shops. They just don't take old toys, presumably because there's just so many of them. But yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. But with this room much better organised, especially up there, I can happily say that it's done, minus my desk, which I'll sort out later, and it is time to focus on the corridor. It has taken me a lot longer than I anticipated to sort all of that stuff out, because it's like old clothes and seeing what needs to be recycled and going through my things as well. But we're done. This just needs nuking. So with that in mind, let's work a little bit of movie magic here and see how we look afterwards. So much better. I actually feel like we've been robbed because it's just so empty. This has to stay because it's got nowhere for it to go. 2 rooms down, 2 more to go. But speaking of rooms, I'm going to address the elephant in this room. Yes, I am wearing a United top. I do support Man United. You can all laugh at me in the comments down below, unless you are a supporter, but it is the Europa League today. It's the final, and I've got to represent. But believe it or not, it has actually taken me all day long just to do 2 rooms, like organising through old things that we've carried on from, you know, the flat and brought over here is it's taken me a lot longer than I anticipated, but I believe Jess is cooking dinner because it is that time of the day. So let's throw over to her and see how she's getting on.
It's dinner time in the Whittle household and I'm super excited for a few reasons. One, it is Lilia's first time in a high chair. You can see, hiya. It's Lilia's first time in her high chair because she is turning 6 months old this week, which is crazy because where has time gone? She's going to start trying food this week, which is one of my most exciting things ever because I love food. Benji loves food, so let's hope Lilia equally loves food. And speaking of food, today we are going to have one of our HelloFresh meals, which is really exciting for me because Orion is really fussy with food, so we usually just stick to a really basic menu. Although some of these foods are kind of safe foods for him, they do have like some kind of fancy twist to it, so like honey mustard sausages, that one's pretty safe. And then this one is not something that we do, which I'm excited to try, so I'm going to do this one tonight. So as I say, this is the one we're going to try, which is the herby breaded chicken breast and garlic butter with mash, garlicky tender stem and green beans, which is amazing for me because I love broccoli. So I'm really excited to have this. We don't usually have fresh broccoli, you usually have it frozen because, as I say, Orion's really fussy. It's myself and Benji that tend to eat most of that things, and to keep them nice and fresh I just have it frozen. Now I've got all my ingredients and I've got the instructions, I'm ready to cook. But since someone is making a bit of a racket with the toys, I'm just going to throw into a music montage.
All of my friends say, girl, you better take care, cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, cause I love you, babe.
Oh boy, would you look at that. I need to try a bit of the chicken with a little bit of the sauce. It's actually really, really nice.
I did blend the sauce to make the child dip.
Taste.
Is it good?
Really good. It's actually been such a long time since I've had breaded chicken, but the sauce, it tastes wonderful. Jess just asked me, she's like, is it actually, or am I just saying that? It's like, no, it genuinely does taste really nice. It kind of, I think it might be a compliment of like garlic, which is making it taste so good, but.
Yeah, it's like a garlic buttery sauce with shallots.
Really good. That was gorgeous. Again, if you want to get yourself some affordable meals with absolutely no waste, then make sure you click the link in the description. Highly, highly recommend. Ever since we started working together, it's like a blessing in disguise. The food is just so good. It comes straight to your door and it's super affordable as well. You can quite literally get meals just like this for as little as £1.62 per person. Absolute no-brainer if you ask me, but it's game time. Fingers crossed. Hopefully in the next clip I'm not crying or something. No, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. It's not a good day. But what is good today is the fact that, well, I guess it's a little sad that this table has to go away, but it's for a good cause because obviously I need to move my desk in here, allows Lilia some more room in the other room, and as well as somewhere for us to actually put boxes for the time being. Because after I cleared the corridor, I don't know if I mentioned this, and there was a lot of boxes and stuff in here, I actually repurposed some of the more sturdy boxes, and they're currently just under there for the time being, in addition, because well, that's what it's for, it's storage space. So all the kitchenware is under there because it has no home to go to until we do the kitchen. But without further ado, let's get this table all taken apart and the dreaded task of moving my desk. In theory, this is all I should need. Honestly, I've said it enough times. Allen key drill bit set, worth its weight in gold. It makes taking furniture apart and putting furniture together stupidly easy. Look at that, easy. Now, before I try to lift this solid oak table, I am going to cover it in this. I'm not entirely sure where we're going to store this. For the time being, it's probably just going to go in the corridor. But it probably will go down to the garage where I've got storage room. But this will protect it from getting chipped and stuff, because this is like a solid wood table. It was very expensive to buy, so I do want to take care of it. That's why we always have like a cover over it, like, what's it called, a tablecloth. I don't know why I call it a cover. Brain's not working, but yeah, I'm going to put some bubble wrap on it and move it into the corridor. Right, if I remember correctly, this table is stupidly heavy. So Let's hope I don't drop it. Okay, right, well I need to flip it. Oh, why have I done this? Right, that's done. Now I could just take apart the legs and store this away, but it has revealed all like what I can only describe as grease marks on the floor, which I'm really gutted about because obviously we've allowed Benjamin to sit here and eat here without thinking about putting like a mat down. Lesson learned for the future. That, not good. Right, time for the dreaded task of moving this. I have committed to the idea of not setting my PC up this time, so a lot of this is going to change, which will free up more desk space. I might even just play around with how it looks in general anyway. But as this is going to take me a long time, I'm not even going to bother filming me doing this. I'm just going to move it and I'll show you what it looks like when it's set up in the lounge. Oh boy, that took way longer than I anticipated. But I am finally all set up in the lounge. I actually really like the fact that I don't have my PC, even though I'm going to need it, which is a bit frustrating. But I like the minimalist look. There is still an abundance of stuff on here, but it's all hooked up, set up now. I can press this button here, so I can work at a standing desk if I want to. I've got my stuff in here for charging, a couple of things stored away, and it's going to be quite nice to be able to use my PC all hours of the day, because if you didn't know, since I've lived here, I have only been able to use my computer from like 9 till about 7, 8 o'clock, because when the kids go to bed, my PC being in that room, I can't use my desk. So the fact that it's in here now means I can be a bit more productive in the evening if I want to get some stuff done, which is a big win. Due to how long it's taken me to do all the things in this video, I'm going to leave the kitchen for the time being, as it's not actually one of the rooms I needed to tackle to continue with progression with this place. So it is turned into a bit of a tip. A large amount of it is just a skip run, which I probably wouldn't film anyway. So hopefully in the next vlog, when you see when I show you around, a lot of this stuff will be gone and way more organized, because I would have done a tip run on between now and then. My mind is jumbled. I've got so many different things going on at the moment, which I can't wait to share with you. There is some crazy developments going down, like obviously with the campsite and everything else, like just behind the scenes that I just haven't had the time to address and talk to you guys about. But in a very soon upcoming vlog, I will address all things, as well as launching the merch. This is coming out now. I can officially say it will be live on the 1st of June, which I'm super stoked for. There is one teeny little sneak peek, there's a teeny little surprise left, which is attached to this merch. I'm really happy with how it comes out. It's come out, oh my god, send help. I'm really happy with how it came together. I think it looks dope. Besides the bowl patch on the back of my head, love that. But I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' reactions. For those who purchased the merch, go out your way to support me and my family. I genuinely appreciate it. It goes an incredibly long way. I'm doing this all by myself. It's taken me a long time to release the next, like this particular line, because I've had to learn how to use Illustrator and various other things to draw it all. It's all completely done by me, and I'm so stoked for it. I have decided not to put OW on it, because a tiny little thing, which Jess pointed out, if you draw over the design and put an O there and a W, it's technically still there. I could do some weird shading to do that, but it's for us to know, and that's all that matters. But speaking of thanking those who have supported the clone line, a big shout out to the guys over on Patreon who get sneak peeks of everything that I'm doing, as well as vlogs early. It's all of this support. I'm running out of ways to say thank you for going that extra mile, because it really helps, and you have no idea how much of an impact you're having. So again, thank you to everyone who is going the extra mile on Patreon, members, buying the merch, all that good stuff. I am hoping to repay you in some way very soon, all to be revealed in upcoming vlogs. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop rambling on. Thank you very much for watching. A big shout out again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. If you want to get your discounts, links will be in the description as always. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, much love. Bye-bye.
Let's get into a cooking montage. The coating, nope.
Just don't have the time. It probably is a good... it is easily one of my favourite meals. But to complement it, I also have honey.
It's a beautiful butterfly.